Burton. All right. Hello, Shawn. We're all back here. No, actually, this is our very first podcast for the Chronicles of the Chronic Pain Warrior. Welcome, Shawn. Um, my name is LeeApril Burton. I am the owner and CEO of Composed Warriors. I have this wonderful guest speaker, Shawn Every. Is that your last name?
That's right.
And she's going to share with us her story of chronic pain, what it's been like, the challenge that has come along with it. And you guys are on a very exclusive journey with us, and come along and join us for the ride. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you all Shawn Every. And Shawn, I'd like for you to start out by just kind of telling us a little bit about yourself. What are you married? Do you have children?
Yes.
Yeah. You have like what do you do? Whichever one comes first, however it flows, it's fine. We're just
Okay.
conversating.
Okay.
Just getting to know each
Yes.
other.
So, I am married to my best friend
Oh,
for 33 years.
congratulations.
I got it right this time.
That's right.
I had to think about it. Yes, for 33 years. We have one adult child. Um, and we live in a little town in Louisiana um, that is, I don't even think it's big enough to be considered a town.
Are you serious?
It's 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 always a joke like, do you have a Walmart? No, the closest Walmart is 25 minutes away. So if that's any indication,
Yeah, that's a little bit. 25
yes,
minutes away.
yes.
So then where do you go to do your shopping at? I mean, is that the grocery stores too, or just Walmart?
So the nearest grocery store, a little small grocery store, family owned, is about 5 minutes away.
Okay, but you said
Yes,
family owned though.
yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay,
So,
okay.
but yeah. So we're in the country life. It's quiet. It's peaceful, um,
Hmm,
and we love it. You know,
nice.
um, and I have a passion for helping people.
Okay.
Um, Thus, I'm in part of a worldwide volunteer ministry
Oh, wonderful.
um, that I know we share. April,
Yes, we do. We
the
sure
common,
do.
and I am have always loved teaching people.
Mm,
So
mm.
um, I'm currently pursuing a love of mine as far as aromatherapy.
Okay.
And I am in school to get my aromatherapy certification. So I'm excited about that.
That's
Uh,
wonderful. Okay.
yeah, that's it's another opportunity for me to help others
Uh-huh.
with, to educate them and to help themselves. You know,
I love
so,
that. And to help you.
yes, yes.
People don't realize
There's more
you can help
happiness in
others.
giving, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. How easy it comes back to you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And oh, and you asked me what do I do?
Mhm.
Well, currently I'm an entrepreneur.
Mhm. Okay, nice.
um, because I have my own online health and wellness store.
Oh, okay.
Um, and just added essential oils to that list.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's talk a little about that. What is the
Okay.
name of your store?
So it's a company that I'm a consultant with.
Okay.
And so I have my own website
Oh,
that
okay, got
people
it.
can go and order from. But it makes it a whole lot easier. I don't have to worry about inventory,
Yes.
and shipping and everything. They take care of all of that.
Nice.
And we have products that um help you know, just any ailment that you can come up with,
Okay.
have a product for it. In addition to the essential oils and all the many benefits, that comes with that. Um,
Yes.
it's based on, some of them are based on Ayurvedic medicine.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And that's actually something that I started because I was introduced to the products,
Okay.
right? I was introduced to them, and after trying everything else, I was like, well, I may as well give this a try too. And lo and behold, like I was amazed at the effects of it on my illness and all the symptoms I had been going through, and finally relief.
Ooh.
And it was like, well, if it helped me like this, how many other people can it help? So thus, I really love sharing. I don't look at it as selling. I look at
Mhm.
it as sharing products I love with people that I care about.
Right.
So it's that's something that I'm working on now
Very good.
with, and then eventually will lead into, once I get my aromatherapy certification and become an I've already like I said, I've titled myself as being the oil whisperer.
I love that. I
Um,
really love that. How'd you come up with that? That's so unique.
well, it's really a joke kind of that was started by my family.
Oh, okay.
Because when I learned about aromatherapy and essential oils and how they were benefiting me years ago, then I wanted to tell everybody, that's, and so if they said anything was wrong with them, I was like, okay, wait. Let me see what all I have for that.
Yes.
So I think it was my sister, my older sister, who started calling me the oil whisperer. And so I was like, okay, I think I kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
So now that I've gotten the opportunity to be able to pursue that and get my certification, and I'm branding myself, and because THE
Yes.
oil whisperer was already taken on
Oh,
social media, that's why I changed it to the very informal DA.
I love it though. I do. I think it's very authentic and unique. Yeah, I love it. I was like, the oil whisperer. But I mean, usually people don't even realize how they're pronunciating a word until they actually pay close attention. So
Right.
most times we're already saying duh,
Duh.
you know what I'm saying? So you've been in people's mouths the whole time and they don't even know.
No.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. I love that. And
Yeah.
how funny that you took that and ran with it.
Yes.
So wow. So what motivates you? I know we're here on this show because we're talking about chronic pain, but I want to build up to that. I know we're not there yet, but I just want to know what motivates you, what keeps you going on a daily basis.
Um, I would uh, I'd have to say, first of all, my faith.
Mm,
If without having faith in a higher power,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be here talking to you right
Wow. Yeah.
now. And I also had to realize that my motivation comes from the fact that I know that I'm needed by my family, my friends, even those that I haven't even met yet.
You know what that speaks to my soul, what you just said. That, oh, okay. tearing up a little bit. That's really powerful. I hope you coin that, like really work, take that with you as you continue in your journey as an aromatherapist, because like you said, there's so many people out there who are needing something that
Yes,
they can benefit from. You have all these products, and the way it's helped you, you get to now turn it, give it to them and show them. But
right.
what you just said, that's powerful. Okay. Oh, I'm listening.
Um, and actually that's it. That
Okay.
sums it up as far as just knowing the impact and the difference that I can make in people's lives.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
keeps me going.
It sure does. So
Mhm.
your vision would have to be clear then to know what it is you're giving them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. And you're ready to go just about, huh?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So what is it that kind of holds you back? What hinders you? What gets in your way? What slows you down?
Myself.
Yourself.
Yes.
So in what way is it?
Because I didn't always see that I could make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah,
I didn't always feel that way.
yeah.
Um, I like to title myself as a recovering perfectionist.
Ooh, I need to talk to you a little bit. Okay.
Yes, I'm a recovering perfectionist because so often, you know, I have the mentality that, let's just to give you an example of um I have it's like people come to me and they feel that they can confide in me, they can talk, they can share their problems and their issues,
Wow.
right?
Okay. Hmm.
But then I took it too far, or I take it too far, because I feel it's necessary for me to try to fix their problems
Okay.
or fix them. Because it's like, well, why else are you coming to me? Because I need to do this for you, you know?
Yeah.
And so not only just having those thoughts, but also looking at myself and feeling like whatever I do, I have to do. It's either all or nothing. Like I
Mm.
have to be the best,
Mm.
not in the competitive sense,
Yes.
but just I have to live up to this
Yeah.
in a perfect way.
Mm.
And so that hinders me and holds me back from um seeing myself, having a different mindset. Mm,
As
and I'm
a,
trying to think of how to put it. It's yeah, just a different mindset,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So you said you're a recovering perfectionist. How have you recovered from that? Or so are you still working on it?
Recovering.
Oh, okay. Got it. Hmm.
Yes. So because I've like therapists,
Hmm.
coaches, counselors, different ones that when they hear me say that, or when they've picked up on that, then it's like, well, you that's a self-sabotaging attitude,
Mm.
to be a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And you're expecting something from you that's not even humanly possible.
Oh, wow.
And it's never been that it was other people that put that weight upon me to have to be perfect. It's always been myself.
Mm.
Even in school, I
Wow.
was in high school. If I made a B, I remember sitting at school crying,
Really?
high school teenager, because I made a B.
Wow.
That's not normal.
Have you always had that mentality, even as a little girl, elementary school too?
Yes, have
Huh.
always been like that. And so this is something that I have um worked through as far as like digging deep to find out how far this went back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when it started. So that's why it's recovering, because
Okay.
it's it's a constant working on, because that's ingrained in me, you
Right.
know.
Wow.
And
Hmm.
it I, it it makes me feel defeated or like a failure when I don't meet that perfectly, whatever it is. And that that affects your mindset,
It sure
and it
does.
causes a lot of problems. It's like a domino effect. And
Uh-huh.
I've never looked at it like that,
Yeah. Wow.
until just recently. Like, my I started back with a therapist, and she's she's been helping me to see that. She said, yeah, the anxiety, she said, all of that is caused by your perfectionist mentality.
Wow.
And I was like, so I'm causing my own problems? She said, basically.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That brought some value here because how many I'm one of those people too. Like I tend to overthink things, second guess myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then I retract it, I re-examine it, and then I want to put it out there, and then I examine it some more before I put it out there. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, let me figure I can fix it some more and let me put it. So it's like I'm always in this front going back
Right.
cycle and then never accomplish a thing. And then when time is up, it's like,
Yeah.
but wait, I didn't fix this. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. It has trickled into even your social life a little bit. So
Social life, business life. It's,
everything, huh?
it's been, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a really, um, a real journey to be able to reflect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, on it, and but actually motivating to help me to see that, okay, I need to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Right.
So I'm so glad you know, and you obviously can recognize when that comes up and you can do something about it.
Yes.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
more cognizant of it now,
Exactly.
you know.
Right. 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 Wow. That's really good. So let's talk about chronic pain a little bit. Um, is there a, so what is it that you suffer from? I'm sorry. Let me see.
So since 2004, yeah, 2004, I've suffered with fibromyalgia,
Mhm.
chronic fatigue syndrome.
Oh, wow.
Um,
So for our viewers that don't really know, I mean, we hear about it, but
right.
what is fibromyalgia?
So it's a chronic pain disorder
Oh,
that they they've done a whole lot more research now as opposed to back in 20 years ago.
yeah.
But the way I describe it and I understand it, it's it's like your central nervous system is just totally out of whack.
Wow.
It's because um it would be like someone was under my skin,
Mm.
burning me from the inside.
Oh my goodness.
And I know this may sound crazy, April, but it would hurt for anybody to look at me.
Uh-uh.
Like my husband couldn't touch me.
Mm.
Nobody could touch me because, and everybody knew, like they just got adjusted to the fact that, okay, what kind of day are you having? What's your pain scale?
Yeah.
Because that means we can't hug you, or we can't, not even a kiss on the cheek,
Oh.
because everything hurts.
So your whole body will be
Your whole
flared
body.
up.
Yes. Now everybody is different, as far as the onset of it, and
Yeah.
as far as the pain, but there are trigger points in your body that there's a chart, and the doctor will test you for. They have all of that known.
Oh, that's good.
But
So
back
what's a
when I
trigger
was
point?
diagnosed,
Something that causes it to flare up or something?
right,
Okay,
right.
so these
So it
trigger
was like
points
areas that were more tender
uh-huh.
than others.
Okay. Okay.
And if you had those tender spots and so many of them, then they would diagnose you as having fibromyalgia.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because there was no test that you could do for it, right?
Yeah.
Um, they did, they've done a lot of tests to rule out things that they thought might, because it mimics so many other things. Um, and it's, this is the way it's been told to me to help other people to understand the pain. So imagine putting a clothespin on each one of your 5 fingers. Okay. When it starts hurting to the point where you can't take it anymore, you take the clothespins off. Well, a fibromyalgia patient can't take the clothespins off.
Oh, okay. So whenever it's ready to stop, it'll stop.
Right. And you just don't know when.
Wow.
So you have no life.
Mm.
And it's no rhyme or reason as far as where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember the day that the symptoms started. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Mm.
I had had a very stressful day at work. Came home and I just felt like it was like I had a bruise or something on me, and I kept asking. I asked my daughter. I was like, "Well, come see what it is," And she's like, "Well, there's nothing there." And I said, "But it hurts." And that was the beginning of it.
Wow.
The next morning, I could not move.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. And that was the beginning of it.
That is amazing. Have there been any, I mean, I know you said there has been more research now than 20 years ago. So is there any indication of what's going on inside the body systems that's causing this pain? Is it inflammation? Is it like your nerve endings?
So from what I
What's
understand, is
affected?
actually all of that.
Oh wow.
The inflammation, the nerve endings, as well as the brain.
The
Like
brain.
the brain, like a normal person's brain tells you that it's okay to do this.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But it's something that's sparking wrong, or to
Yeah.
where just this causes excruciating pain. So like I said, with everybody being different, is people have sought different treatments, and it has worked for some people, you know, and even they've pointed back to saying what the cause of it is, and a lot of people can point to that it happened after something traumatic. It could have been a car accident.
Yeah.
It could have been a surgery. It
Yeah.
could have been just something, some trauma to the body.
Yeah. And the brain
And
probably don't know how to deal with it.
it doesn't. It's like it just
Ooh,
goes like,
wow.
and it causes so many other things to happen as a result, because I've spent time in the hospital having seizures.
What?
Yeah. My doctor said, she said, well, the only way we can understand it, because she said, your body has fought so hard till it's damaged your nervous system, and it's just totally out of control. And so I would have, although the machine would not register it as a like an epileptic episode, but the doctors would watch me have seizures.
That is wild.
And it's all as a result of the fibromyalgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you more stable at a more stable situation now? And what has brought you there?
Yes. So it it took me a while to manage the pain.
Yeah.
Mentally, I was in a
I know a bad
bad
state.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes you
Uh,
through depression. We could talk about that too.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It like it even got to a point where I thought I was handling it and managing it well, but it basically boiled down to I had a breakdown,
Oh,
because it's a cycle that with the pain comes depression, and with depression comes pain.
yep. That cycle. There's that
And
cycle.
it, so I ended up in like what I like to call the stress hospital.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I'm glad you
or
listened and didn't, sweep it under the rug, so to speak.
no, like
You
it,
know.
you know, um my family saw what was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and they got me the help that I needed,
That's wonderful.
because yeah, it was a wake-up call for me.
Was
But
it?
I did get the help that I needed, because the therapists, and we would have counseling and group sessions and everything, when I was inpatient, and even intensive outpatient, because it was pretty bad. Like, there are thoughts that go through your head
Mm.
that, you know it, as at one point I thought it was embarrassing to say, but it's just real. I have to keep it real, because this can help somebody else that's
That's
suffering.
right. That's right.
But there were so many times where I would wish, I would pray that I'd go to sleep and not wake up,
Mm.
because it was just that bad.
I know there are many people who would that
Yes.
same thing. I've heard many people say that. So you're not alone in that. But yes. Mhm.
And and they told me that, you've dealt with this for so long,
Wow.
and it was like on the inside dealing with it, until eventually your body just said no more. I, it just gave out.
Right.
And mentally I couldn't handle it anymore. And being in there with people who were addicts,
Yes.
they were, like they would have horrible withdrawals, and and I'm like, and they being, we'd be in these therapy sessions together,
Mhm.
even Alcoholics Anonymous. I even had to do those kind of meetings.
Wow.
But it was all because of depression.
Yeah,
It's a real thing.
it is a real thing. That's a different
And
kind of pain.
yes. And so I just I look back and I appreciate going through that. At the time, oh,
Well, tell
I
me why
cried.
you
Oh
appreciate
my
it now.
goodness.
Why do you appreciate that now?
Because it made me determined
Mhm.
to keep going.
Yes.
It made me, that's what contributed to me still pushing
Mhm.
to get relief, to get some help, like to never give up.
Mhm. All right. Okay.
So that eventually, after, like I said, trying everything else, um, all of the different medications, even the alternative um treatments as well, um, just pumping my body with vitamins intravenously, and
Really?
oh yeah, there's actual centers out there, fibromyalgia centers. I would drive 6 hours one way to go once a month to these centers, spend thousands and thousands of dollars just trying to get relief.
Oh man.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't until just recently, and it's actually, I'm coming up on a year now, that like I mentioned at the beginning, the company that I'm with and the products, the Ayurvedic medicine, the superfoods,
What's
the
the name of this company? What's the name
it's
of it?
called Heart and Body Naturals,
Okay.
or HBN.
HBN.
Hmm.
Heart. H. HBN. Heart
Yeah,
and body.
naturals, yes.
Okay. All right.
And it was just one of my coaches said, you know, you've tried everything else. I know what you go through. And he said, why don't you give these products a try? And
Mm.
I was like, oh, here we go again.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did. And I can tell you that I have not had a flare up. I have not had a pain
For how long? Coming up on a year. Is
a
that-
year.
Oh,
September of last year.
wow.
It's me.
That's
And
awesome.
and it's and I know it has to do with if um fighting the inflammation, um as well as just taking a more natural approach too.
Yeah.
Because there was one time I was taking 23 different medicines. I'm
And
down to
decided,
3.
ooh, all right. Yeah. So is there like if anybody wanted to reach you, how would they do so through the Heart and Body Natural? Is there
So
like your website name or
yeah, I have a website that you can actually get to it a couple of ways.
Mhm.
So I have one website that's called it's oils. That's my essential oil site. Oils with
Okay.
an S.
Uh-huh.
Dot every biz biz naturally
Naturally. Okay.
.com.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
And the one with, so the non-essential oil site is just everybeisnaturally.com.
Okay, got it. That's good. That's cool. So do they carry essential oils too?
Yeah, so what happens is the parent company is called Green Organics,
Uh-huh.
and they started 11 years ago. They started the essential oils company called Goldasana,
Oh, okay.
and within, let's see, it's about 4 years ago, then they started the Heart and Body Naturals with the
Okay.
superfoods and the weight loss products and the, yeah. So it's
Okay.
very good. Like it, um, the owners of the company,
Mhm.
her husband was dealing with a chronic illness called vasculitis, and the formulator she was a good friend of hers, and she formulated these products,
Wow.
and she gave it to him because she was like, this is what's going to help him, because they had actually, given up on him.
Mm.
And she formulated and came up with these products and gave it to him, and that
Well,
was years ago. So he is doing very well. So it was like, okay, we need to help people with this.
yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm a
Okay.
firm believer in them because of what it's done for me.
Mhm.
And
So you use essential oils, is that
yes.
correct? So how have they benefited you in your journey of living in with chronic pain, illness, or do you use them for that? What do you use your oils for?
So I've had I had the experience of the opportunity to work with a naturopathic doctor, and she was the one that introduced me to the essential oils.
Mhm.
And at the time when she introduced me to them, they weren't really like, I was expecting immediate relief, right?
Okay, yeah. Thank you for saying that.
And
Mhm.
she wasn't really an aromatherapist either.
Okay.
It was just, she just knew a few things about essential oils, so she'd be like, well, try this or try that.
Mm,
And I did get some relief, because
good.
there was oils that she would the oils that you can ingest.
Uh-huh.
um, so she would make up formulations for me, and they would help like with the digestive issues and
Okay.
things of that nature. And you suffer with insomnia, so of course
Mm,
my best friend was lavender,
yep, yep. Lavender's my girl. What can I say? She play well with everybody.
Yes, yes. She's my go-to.
I
So
heard that.
lavender and frankincense.
Yes. That's my
When
man, I swear.
when I saw the benefits of frankincense, how
Yeah,
it can take you from hysterically, uncontrollably, emotionally out of control
really.
to calm.
Woo,
I saw it for myself.
did you?
Yes. Like it
That's
was,
exciting. It's hard for me to keep
yeah.
still in my
It was
seat. Oh,
it, it was it was a well, the homeopathic doctor that I had, she told me, she said, I'm gonna tell you how powerful this is.
mm,
And she told me the story of her experience, where it was a lady that her son had been murdered right in front of her. And she said that she happened to go to the house to check on her to see how she was doing. And she was, I mean, as you would imagine, that she was
yeah.
really
Wow.
grieving and,
Mm, mm,
just uncontrollable. And she said that she went in and she was like, well, let me just She said, let me just give you a hug. And she knew why she was hugging her is because she had the frankincense that she had on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she hugged that lady. And she
Mm.
said, Shawn, she said, that lady stopped crying. And she asked me, what do you have on?
I love those stories. I love those stories.
Yes. She was like, what do you have on? She was like, oh, that's what
It
that was the
just
frankincense.
shifted.
Yeah, she totally, yeah. And
It's
so
amazing.
from that story, she told me, she said, never leave home without your frankincense. You never know what kind of situation you're going to be in. And I have been at funerals. I have been, helping um to console family members.
Yeah.
And she would tell me, okay, it's going to be a very sad funeral. She said, bring that with you.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, I experienced that helping someone who,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she had basically almost passed out from.
Wow. So I have a question. Is there a specific kind of frankincense? Because I know there's more than one species of it. So did
So
it matter or
the one, it was just
it was just frankincense?
yeah,
She was like, it was just frankincense.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
and
Because I know I know some people have different reactions to some.
uh-huh.
You have the frankincense. Oh my goodness. I haven't looked at the Latin word in a while.
That's
So
what I was about to say. Like you're testing my knowledge
I'm
now.
not trying to, I promise,
I
but
haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm only, let's see, I think I'm on jasmine right now.
yeah, I'm not trying to. I'm just like, man, I know there's different species of frankincense because some of that frankincense may help a person go to sleep, but the other species may help people it'll help them calm down, but they'll be
Right,
more alert.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. So it's really interesting how they work
Yeah.
on different people. Some people are fine with anyone and they'll be able to go to sleep. So it just depends.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that effect on me as far
Okay.
as making me go to sleep,
Oh, see,
but it will calm the
calm the
anxiety,
nervous. Yes.
yeah. So,
Wow.
but my experience with aromatherapy is the depression, it's
Okay.
more,
Oh,
more
yeah.
the depression. I'm learning now more about, with the pain,
Mm-hmm.
and the different oils and the benefit, um, with the anti-inflammatory and the analgesic and
Yeah.
pain blocking. And I'm like, okay,
That's
okay.
your girl. That's your girl Lavender. She has that effect. Yes, she does.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
yeah, very good.
it's truly been amazing to me, just to be able to learn
Mm.
that, and that's been here all along.
Mm-hmm.
Jehovah provided those things
Yes.
for us, and the body is made in such a way to where it
Yeah.
takes it in and takes what it needs from it.
Isn't that
You
something?
know?
Which is why you think about this volunteer work that we do. The most beneficial things we can benefit from is all outside.
Right.
You got the sunlight, the trees, the grass, the flowers, the air, even though it's probably real dirty, you still got, but you benefit from just being outdoors.
Yes.
He recognized that.
Yes.
So, wow, amazing. Amazing. My son suffers from sickle cell anemia,
Oh.
and he has, this is something you're born with. He We have used essential oils. I have encouraged him to use essential oils
Mm.
consistently. Now, I was a bit discouraged for quite a while because I would wonder, why is he hurting if I'm giving him these oils? Why is it progressing to where we need to be at the hospital if, I'm giving him these oils. But I come to find out it's because he wasn't using them right. Not the way I told him to. But we had this beautiful incident right lately where he had an assignment and he started to get stressed out a little bit. And he started to have a flare up of pain, and it started in his back, and he had a headache, and plus the change of the weather affects his pain, and so that causes pain and aches and stuff, and it'll start right there. But do you know what he did this time? He actually applied those oils, and I gave him blends multiple times. I gave him multiple blends, emotional support and physical support. So he applies these oils and he says, Mom, I'd use them every 30 minutes. And do you know the next day when I woke up, I didn't have any anxiety and I didn't have any pain.
Wow.
And he was able to complete his assignment.
Wow. So I hope that means that, okay,
yes.
So continue.
And it was so empowering for him.
Yes.
Because he was able to take his health, his life, his that pain into his own hands and kind of control it a little bit. If it was within his control, he was able to see if it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. But if it did, which he was able to see, smooth sailing now.
Right.
So yeah. So we hear all this. There's going to be so many more stories. I look forward to hearing some. I really want to be able to reach out to other people and continue this. Do you have any words of what else do you want to share? Is there anything that comes to mind that you would like to share with us? Yeah.
I think it was one thing that you had asked me about.
Oh, okay.
I
have a couple of things on here, huh? I might do a part 1 and a part 2 of this.
Okay.
Okay. So we can keep going, but I will separate them.
Okay.
Yes. Let's do that if you have time.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you good with
yes
time? Okay.
Yes.
So I know you asked me about wait, I'm trying to see which one it was.
Okay. Because I have, how do you manage your pain? And you kind of,
okay, well, yeah, we did. We
went
through pain? That one. Oh, like you said about the stress, about managing the stress.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's something that I just started prioritizing self-care.
Okay.
And that consists of several things. Like you most people, when they think of self-care, they think of manners and petties.
Yes, ma'am.
But as my therapist told me, who's a firm advocate of self-care, she told me, she said, that's not self-care. She said, that's self-indulgence.
Boy. So what is self-care then?
So self-care for me means that I am being intentional about, because people used to ask me, well, what are your hobbies? And they would ask me, well, what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
I didn't have any.
Like, it was hard to. Your life had been stripped from you.
Yeah. So
wow.
I never even considered that. And so now I'm on this self-care journey where I wake up in the mornings, prayer, meditation. I have, and I'm trying to get better at it because I'm supposed to be timing myself to do certain things too. I've included in my morning what I call my motivational mile. I walk a mile while listening to something motivational. Oh, wow. Love that. And That's
bet it makes
every
you walk
morning.
faster too.
It does.
It-
It does.
Wow, that's
So
nice.
I'm walking faster. So that's how I was able to get up. I'm actually doing over a mile.
Good
But
job.
I'm out there from 6 to 6:30.
Good.
And um
In
that's
30 minutes, you got you a mile.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, good job.
Hmm.
You know how long
Look, I
it
had to work up to that now.
Good job. How long did it take you
And
to get to you over
it
your
took
mile?
me like I would start out with just 15 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and then that was it. I went in, but I worked up maybe about a week, and I
Oh,
had worked up to staying out for 30 minutes, and eventually, yeah.
nice. Okay.
Hmm.
That's encouraging for me.
Yes,
Yes, that's
you
very
can do
encouraging
that.
for
You can,
me. Hmm. I will
and
keep that in mind. Motivational mile.
yep, morning
Woo!
motivational mile.
Morning, more the three M's.
Hmm.
I'm gonna write that down. Morning motivational mile. Oh, thank you. Do you have a support group in that? Have you considered that?
Yes,
You
yes.
have.
So I
Wow.
mean, when you say support group,
Hmm.
um, I have support.
Oh, you do. Okay. Got
My
it.
husband has been here with me throughout
That's your best friend.
whole
Yeah,
this whole experience,
that's
and
amazing.
he's never left my side.
That's
I see so many people I've tried to go on social media and maybe be a part of an online support group
mhm.
for fibromyalgia. And when I see these horror stories of these women coming on, their life has been turned upside down because their spouses have left them
Yeah.
because they said they didn't sign up for that.
Oh, well, when I said support group, I was thinking if you had started your own.
Oh, I never thought about it.
Hmm.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. Something to think about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but that's that is
Wow.
something
But
to think
yeah,
about.
there is a lot out. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that pain, boy. He's like, I didn't sign up for this. Wow. That's
yeah. And they
heartbreaking.
just walk out, and that's I'm like, really? Wow. Ooh. Like, what would I do? So I'm very thankful.
I believe that.
His support and how he just rallied to my side and took over where I couldn't do the things that I was used to doing.
Right. I know that must be hard. So when those moments come and you're not able to do for yourself, he automatically knows, okay, time to step in, or maybe he can orchestrate, that support that you need if he's the breadwinner and has to go to work or
Yes,
whatever the case is.
yes.
That's wonderful.
Hmm.
That is so good. So what would you like to see different in the chronic pain space? I know you kind of mentioned it when you saw that support group on Facebook, but what would you like? I mean, that was something that just came to my mind. I don't know if that's your thought, but what would you like to see
Um,
different in the healthcare system or just whatever comes to mind for you?
I'd like to see um the acknowledgement of this being a real sickness, of chronic pain being something real.
Oh, okay.
Just because you cannot see it does not mean that it's not real.
I like that. I'm going to put a quote on this video with your name attached to it, just so that folks know. But that's true.
Yes, it's because it's so like I don't want anybody to have to go through what I went through. There was so many things that I was told.
Did people
Oh,
not believe you?
you're just depressed.
Mm.
It's all in your head.
Uh-huh.
You're faking. You're just trying to get attention. Oh, you just want to get approved for disability.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know what else to do for you.
Oh, I've heard that.
And even being turned down, not being, they refuse to see me at a whole clinic because they asked me, what are you coming for? And I said, fibromyalgia. We don't see fibromyalgia patients. Shut
I
it
was
down.
wondering if you had dealt with that. I
Yeah.
was wondering.
So
Mm.
if you're in the healthcare field, you're supposed to have that compassion. That's why you're there, to want to help people, right?
Right.
So let's make it a global thing to where you want to help everybody, including those who suffer with chronic pain.
Right. Right. I love that. Thank
Don't
you.
it's enough having to go through, what it puts your body through, your mind through, and just don't add to it.
Exactly. Mm. I appreciate that. I really, really do. That's exactly why I created this platform,
And
because I know that people are holding that in, and you're talking to folks, and no, and you can talk to folks, but do they really get it?
right.
Do they really understand? Because
Mhm.
then you're left trying to explain to them this, that, and the other, and you feel good for a minute, but then is it really being heard? So that's why I created this platform, because I know that people are being accused of things that they're not really doing, and they're hurting, and
Right.
it's invisible, and it's not in your head, and it's real. It's real.
Mhm.
And I've heard people say, oh, you're just seeking drugs. I've heard people
Yes.
say, um, it there was something else, but it slipped my mind. It's gone. But exactly what you're saying is what we deal with. Even as, I'm not even going to lie, as a parent who cares for somebody in this, who has chronic pain, um, I've wondered myself, is he really feeling that? Because the
Mhm.
doctors have said, well, your numbers look good, and this looks
Yes.
okay, and so I'm like, well, what else could it be? Why would he be faking?
Right.
So then I look at him like, hmm, So I mean, and I think that's just a natural human inclination. But when you are a professional,
Hmm.
you're supposed to believe those patients and
That's
do
right.
all that you can, even if it's not medication.
Something.
It has to be something. And so here we are. We're in this space, and we're gonna help these people. We're
Yes.
gonna help them understand
Yes.
what it is, and I want this to circulate all over the world. So I'm so glad you were willing and
Yes.
brave to share your
Mhm.
story. Thank you so much, Shawn, for your time and your energy, because you probably gonna knock out after this. And is there any quotes or anything that you live by, scriptures? I didn't send that question to you, but is there something that you would like to share with the rest of everybody? Something that you use almost on a daily basis, something when you're, I don't know. I don't know. It probably varies day to day, but
It does. It does. But I tried, like I said, because by me doing that motivational, so I'm hearing different things, and
yes,
it's always something that resonates with me. But something that I do, that I have started doing, part of my self-care routine, is I journal. I started
yes.
journaling, and that has been a huge thing, because it's not just a diary,
Uh-huh.
because I have everything is an app now.
I know.
But I get this monthly journal, and
Okay.
it requires work. Like, there's sections of it where it's kind of like a journal / planner.
Okay.
And so it's where you track your mood
Okay.
on a daily basis. Um, there's gratitude journaling.
I love that.
There's and it just makes you so um it helps fight that mental fog and fatigue and the brain fog that you have, because it actually makes you think and look at things in a whole different light. And when you're grateful for little things,
Mhm.
and it's not just in your head, but you're literally writing it out.
Right.
What
Exactly.
what were your wins, you know, on yesterday? And it's not major wins, but did you stick to a schedule? Did you really do your Bible reading? Did you really do,
I'm sorry.
so,
Yeah.
but
Wow. This
that
this is an app that you have?
it is.
Oh wow.
I have
Is it a paid one or is it free?
no the it's called, what's it called? It's a gratitude journal.
Oh, okay. Just the gratitude.
Um it's
That's so cool.
called oh
That's
it's called gratitude.
oh well go figure. But I love that. I love that. So that's mixed in. You do that morning
Yes, I do that in the
minute
mornings.
and then okay. That's nice. And this is a daily thing that you do.
That's a daily thing. Yes,
Yes. Kind of get you off to a good start, huh?
it does. It does.
Nice.
It kind of sets the tone for the day,
Yeah.
and I'm good. And
Very
it
good.
makes you feel so much better when you can look back and see that you had this plan. You were actually able to get things accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check that off your list. Like, that's a good feeling.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it
Yes.
is. Well, Shawn, I appreciate you for
I
sharing your
appreciate
story with
you.
us. And you know what? I may reach back out to you and do a check-in or update
Okay.
and see how you're doing because this was very enjoyable. Knowing what you've been through, I know that hasn't been fun, but here you are still able to share some of your story with us, and I just really appreciate that. And I'm sure the rest of us will too, because I'm get this all situated and set up and ready to go real soon. So
Okay.
I'll let you know um when it drops so that you can be
Okay.
prepared if you want to share it to anything or anyone. I still have yet to figure out how to share it to Instagram, but I'm working on it.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe
But
we can learn
maybe
that
we can
together.
work that together. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Me hearing Shawn's story and these chronicles that we all are going through and dealing with. Um, this space is created just for individuals like her and many other people who are dealing with this invisible illness that many people are not taking recognition for because it needs to be recognized. It needs to be brought to the fore. And this is what this platform is for. So anybody else that's interested in learning more about this platform, please reach out. My name is LeeApril Burton, and I will put the information on the bottom of this video. That way you can reach out and there could be more to come. If you'd like to reach out to Shawn and learn more about this, her oils.everybiznaturally.com. I will make sure that that's in the descriptive as well. Well, that ends this video, you guys. And so I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. I'm gonna...
Don't you know that you're beautiful?